Alrighty guys, welcome to your page 3 of your 5.0 to 5.3 test review. On number 19 through 26 we are going to solve for inequalities, and 27 through 29 we are going to solve each equation and to remember to check for extraneous solutions. Okay? Number 19, here we go. Inequalities means you've got a greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. And the question says, please write your solution in interval notations. That means brackets and parentheses are going to be very important. Alrighty, number 19. Okay, let's go ahead and solve. Alright, so add 2 to both sides. So x squared is less than 11. Okay, so how do you get rid of the square? You take a square root. And when you take a square root, you're going to have plus or minus 11. Okay? Know that negative goes this way. Here's your 0. And positive goes to the right. Just things that you should know. All right. Okay, so you got x is less than square root of 11. And it can also be negative square root of 11. Just like that. Now, look at this equation. Is this true? Can x be less than square root of 11 and yet greater than that? So if it's true, that means x is between those two answers, okay? And if you were to graph them, it will look something like this. Since it's true, it's going to be open, and all your solution is going to be down here. Okay, it will be in the negative interval. So, since they're heading toward each other, okay, I'm going to write the answer is between here, which is negative square root of 11, and here, which is positive square root of 11, and there's no equal, so as a interval notation, it's going to go from negative square root of 11, comma, parentheses, not included, and it's going to stop at positive square root of 11. And there's your solution. Alright? So your solution will be between those two, be in the negative. Number 20. Okay. Now you cannot take a square root yet on number 20 because the square goes with the x and not the 4. So you need to divide by 4 first. So now you got x squared is greater than 8. Okay? Now take a look. You're going to take a square root. So x is greater than square root of 8, and it can also be negative square root of 8. Please, please, please simplify, okay? Simplify your radical. Factors that goes into 8 is 4 and 2, 2 and 2. So another way you could write this is, since these are the same, pairs of 2, so negative 2 square root of 2 is greater than x is greater than positive 2 square root of 2. Alright, now I want you guys to think about this one. If you were graphing this one, okay, both of these will be open. It's not included. And actually, this would be dashes if you really want to know. All your answers will be away from each other, because x cannot be greater than a positive yet less than a negative. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so your solution is going to be in the positive interval. So the answer goes from, let me pick a right pen, here's your solution. So we'll be starting at negative infinity, see how it's starting over here, heading toward negative 2 square root of 2 parentheses, okay, and there's a gap. And then it starts up again at 2 square roots of 2, heading toward positive infinity. Oops. And there's number 20. And that's how you write your solutions. All right. 21. Now I'm going to go a little faster now that I kind of explained a little more. Okay. Here we go. Take a square root. So you got x minus 3 is less than square root of 25 is 5, and also negative 5. Okay? Add 3. So what do you have? Negative 2 is less than x, less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 8. Is this a true statement? Can x be less than 8, greater than negative 2? Yes, so they're going to be pointing toward each other. So your solution will be starting at negative 2, going all the way to 8 with a bracket. There's an equal sign, okay? So these are pointing toward each other. 22, let me do this. So your solution is between each other, right there. Here's negative 2, and here's 8. All right. Kind of ran out of room, so I could draw a parabola. Okay. Number 22. Let's keep going. Add 7 to both sides. So you got 2. X plus 4 squared is greater than plus 7 is 98. Okay. Divide by 2. Parentheses. X plus 4 squared is greater than 98 divided by 2 gives you, I just went blank. That's so funny. 98 divided by 2 is 49. I thought it was 49. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take a square root. A square root of 49 is 7 and negative 7. So x plus 4 is greater than 7. And then here's negative 7. Okay. Minus 4, minus 4, minus 4. Alright. So now you got negative 11 is greater than x is greater than 3. True statement? Nope. Since it's not true, it's going to go in opposite direction, just like that. Okay? So let's write our solution. Starting at negative infinity, it's going to go to negative 11, parentheses. No equal sign. There's a gap starting at 3, going all the way to positive infinity. There's number 22. Let me box in the answer to 21. All right, 23. Here we go. Well, if you look at this one, there's 3 terms. Okay, so you can't just take a square root on number 23. Could you factor? That's always easiest. Let's go see. 1 times negative 28 is negative 28. You know 2 numbers that multiply to give you negative 28, and it's going to subtract to give you 3, 4, and 7. So let's go ahead and factor. Okay? So, x, let me see, minus 4 and x plus 7. See that right there? Alrighty. Now, set each one equal to 0. So x is equal to 4. Set this one equal to 0. X is equal to negative 7. Notice I never reverse my sign. The only time you do is if when you multiply or divide by a negative. Alright, negative 7 smaller. Sign is less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4. That's where I'm going to cross my x-axis. Okay? Now look at this statement. Is this a true statement? Can x be less than 4 and greater than negative 7? Yes. Since it's a true statement, here's negative 7. Here's 4. Guess which way it's going to go? It's going to be everything here. It's going to go toward each other. It's true. So my solution, it's got an equal sign. Negative 7 starting there, stopping at 4 with a bracket because that solution is included. There's number 23. 24. Okay, I got 3 terms. You might want to factor. You might want to do completing the square. You could even do the quadratic formula. I'm going to see if I can factor first. So I'm going to move the 7 over. So you got 2x squared minus 7x plus 5 is greater than 0. I did not divide. I did not flip my sign. Did not divide by negative. Okay? All right. 2 times 5 is positive 10. Do you know 2 numbers that multiply to give you 10 is going to add to give you 7? 2 and 5. Now remember the 2 is going to come into play right here later. So you got x plus 2, x plus 5 is greater than 0. Remember how your a is a 2? Divide each one of these by 2. So x plus 1, x plus 5 over 2 is greater than 0. Okay? Whoa. That should be a minus. This here should be a minus. I just caught myself. minus. Sorry, this should be a minus, this should be minus. All right, my fault. See how the middle term's a negative? Just caught myself. Whew. You guys gotta keep tab on that. Okay, set each one equal to 0, so x is equal to 1. Oop, I didn't need to box that in. And x is equal to 5 over 2, okay, which is the same as 2.5. All right. Let's go ahead and rewrite. Which is bigger, 1 or 2.5? Well, 2.5 is bigger, so 1 is greater than x is greater than 2.5. Is that a true statement? Absolutely not. So if you were to plot this, here's 1, here's 2.5, it's going to be everything outside of that, okay? So here's my solution. Starting at negative infinity, it's going to go to 1, parentheses, starting at 2.5, going to infinity. And there's your solution. Okay. Number 25. Alrighty. Let's see if we can do this also by factoring, and if not, we might need to use a different method. Okay? Do you know two numbers that multiply to give you a 12 and is going to add to give you a 4? Thinking. 2 and 6. No. 3 and 4. Nope. So I cannot factor. This one I'm going to have to do by completing the square. Okay? So, here we go. Move the 12 over. So you got x squared minus 4x is less than, oops, let's leave a blank. 4x plus a blank is less than negative 12 plus a blank. Half of 4 is 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. Okay, let's rewrite. X minus 2 squared is less than negative 12 plus 4 is negative 8. Okay. Now let's keep going. Take a square root, so you got x minus 2 is less than plus or minus square root of negative 8. Oh, look at that. You're going to have an I. Okay? Alrighty. And if I want to continue on, let me just go ahead and show you. Plus or minus I, square root of 8, and then you would break it down. Now, if you will look, you're never going to cross. It's never going to be above the x-axis or below the x-axis. That's what you're doing all the problems above. So this one would be a no solution, no imaginary. Okay? 26. Here we go. Same thing. Let's do completing the square. X squared plus 10x plus a blank is less than negative 14 plus a blank. So half of 10 is 5 squared, which gives it 25. Let's rewrite. So you got x plus 5 squared is less than negative 14 plus 5 plus 25 is 11. Okay. Take a square root. So you got x plus 5 is less than the square root of 11 and negative 11. Subtract 5 on both sides, all three actually. So now you have negative square root of 11 minus 5 is less than x is less than square root of 11 minus 5. Now, can x be less than the positive but greater than the negative? Absolutely. This is a true statement. So that means your solution is going to be toward each other. Okay? There we go. So, the answer is, parentheses, negative square root of 11 minus 5, comma, positive square root of 11 minus 5, parentheses. No equal sign. And there's number 19 through 26. All right, let's take a look at number 27. Okay? This time you're going to solve each equation. Remember to check for extraneous solution. All right, here we go. Subtract 6, square root of 2x is equal to 4. How do you get, I'm solving for x, so how do you get rid of that square root? You square everything. And that goes away. So you got 2x is equal to 16. Divide by 2. X is equal to 8. All right. Number 28. you only have one solution on 27, you're good. All right. How do you get rid of this square? You're going to square it. See how that goes away? So you got n minus 1 squared is equal to negative 4n. All right. I'm solving for n. Now let's take a look. This is the same thing as n minus 1 times n minus 1 equals negative 4n. Let's go ahead and distribute this out. So n times n gives you n squared. N times negative 1 is negative n. 1 times negative n is negative n. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1 equals negative 4n. Okay? Combine your like terms. So n squared minus 2n plus 1 equals negative 4n. You're solving. Keep that in mind. Let's add 4n. Let's set this one equal to 0. So you got n squared plus 2n plus 1 equal to 0. I bet you could factor. Okay, what two numbers multiply to give you positive 1 is going to add to give you 2, 1 and 1. So n plus 1 equal to 0. So this one is n equals negative 1, and this one is n equals negative 1. Remember, it has that bounce. You can write it like that, and you can write the word multiplicity of 2. Okay, it's going to have a bounce. And there's number 28. 29. Alrighty. Hopefully I have some room. Add 2. So you got 3 square root of n minus 5. Sorry, minus 2. That leaves you 9. Okay. Divide by 3. So you have square root of n minus 5 equals 3. You square it. So you got n minus 5 equals 9. Add 5. So n is equal to 14. There's number 29. Good luck on your test.